Alright then guys, so we're pretty much almost ready. We're going to be a couple of minutes, we're just going to wait for everyone to finally check in, so bear with me. And then we're going to be able to jump into the game for the first one for the NA. Last week it went pretty damn quick. It was a lot quicker than the EU though. I think there was one game that was actually over in about 4 minutes. It was the quickest game we've seen. The EU one went down a storm. We had some really good players, a lot of ranked 14s in there, making some big plays. The final we saw Croak and Jade coming up against Shifu and Pearl in the first one of the best of 3, which was actually taken by the Shifu and Pearl. It was a really close game. The Jade and Croak was a dangerous combo. They played it really well until for some reason the red side decided to switch it up, and we saw Shifu and I believe it was Lucy in the end. Instead, they switched out the Pearl, and it just didn't really work out for them very well. And they did lose that round, which took it to 1-1. And in the end, they switched back and went back to Pearl, but they kind of lost the momentum, I guess. Shifu made a few too many mistakes, just went a bit too ham, and just wasn't able to get the counters off like he would like to, and that actually resulted in the Jade and Croak taking it. The combo they played was really nice. We cast a couple of the games through the tournament. For any of you guys that weren't here for the EU, because you're from NA or whatnot, they will be posting the videos up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MrBigRuss666. The link is below. You can, so yeah, both the NA and EU will be up. So that should be pretty cool. Also, the ones up from the previous week are there, and also you can check out my top 5 players, which are currently playing at the moment. That's super fun, and if you have any clips which you want featured, then you can send them in. Just click on one of my top 5 plays and leave me your Battlerite ID and also the post replay name. So if you missed out, you can register, or you will be able to register shortly for next week's at playtourney.com. They are hosting it. There is going to be a prize pool of $250 for EU and NA. So basically the way it's working, we're in Q2, so Q2 is the qualifiers. We had Q1 last week. We then have Q3 next Friday, which is the 21st, and then the following Friday, the 28th of October, which will be our final qualifier. So you're going to have chances, if you haven't joined in for this one, to join in for the EU or NA. The winners from all these rounds, all these finals from the Q1 to Q4, will go into a final which will take place on November the 11th, and there's going to be a $250 prize pool for EU and also a separate $250 for NA. Super cool. We've had some good players get through already, so I'm looking forward to seeing what NA will bring out for us tonight. But yeah, we're just literally waiting on the last few players to check in, and then we're going to be able to get underway. Also, the brackets have just updated, so I'll show you. You can check out the brackets at playtourney.com. It's the current brackets for the teams that we're going to actually be watching today. It looks like everyone is checked in, just waiting on the admins to message me, and we'll be able to get on with things. Basically what that means is that one of the teams hasn't actually showed up, so it's just automatically counted as a loss. So these teams didn't actually sign it in time, so they get counted as lost, which means that the other team, for example, this case, Hello with a 3, will move on to the next round without having to play anyone. I will be going to the brackets. You do need an account at the moment to view the brackets. I will be constantly going to the brackets during games so I can show you guys what is going on. Alright, looks like our game is almost ready. I'm just waiting for the friend request to come through and be able to get things going.
Yeah, alright, okay.
Should
Yeah,
just be a minute. Looks like they're having some issues with the lobby at the moment. Maybe shortly underway. But yeah, we had some great games in the EU, so I'm hoping the NA can hype me up here. Wow, what a portrait. And that's very manly. So we're going to be having Brian and Frazzle. They are team EAMF, BAMF. His most played champion is currently Jade, and Frazzle, most played champion is Lucy.
Yeah, alright.
So we did actually see a couple of Lucys in the EU tournament. They were actually, I think mostly they were played with Baku, which I didn't really agree with. They kind of got wrecked in both the situations. So we'll see, maybe there'd be, I don't think it was necessarily Lucy's fault. I think trying to run Lucy in a Baku just was never going to work very well. There just wasn't enough damage to their comp. I think that was the biggest issue. But yeah, we'll see if they decide to stick with their favourite champions for this one. And they're going to be facing up against Up in Arms. We have Ferndow, who's currently rank 13. His favourite champion is Freya. And Bin, who's ranked 14 with his favourite champion Baku, who is my man. As we just saw in the previous game where we had a really fun game with Baku with this team train. It was a lovely jubbly. So we're literally about a minute away from getting underway. Just waiting for the players to all ready up and we can start things off. I'm ready. I'm always ready. No one else is ready, that's the problem. Portrait is just so manly. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to be waiting just a tad longer as someone's decided they need a toilet break right now. Could have been ready before. Bruh. So do you guys have any particular favourite maps? I'm quite a big fan of the Blackstone map. And also, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but the jungle map I think is super cool. It's a bit smaller than the others, it feels, but I love the whole sort of jungle sense to it. And the tight corners really make a nice fighting area. The temple. Really nice map. Probably my favourite, I'd say. The theme to it's really cool. Okay, now we go. Finally, we made it in the end. 10 minutes later than expected. From waiting on people. So, alright, kicking things off then. Let's see what we're going to get here. It looks like we're going to be seeing Jade and Lucy sticking to their name, actually playing their favorite champions, and we're also going to see Baku coming up with Lucy as well. Very interesting. Both decided to run Lucy this matchup, 2 supports, thus a ranged and a melee. So the Baku, this is what I was actually talking about earlier, was we saw a lot of Baku and Lucy. So it obviously must be a popular thing. The team in the semi-final from the EU tournament decided to stick with it, even though it was a best of 3, and they kind of got wrecked in the first game. They decided to stick with it, so there must be something to it. But I haven't really been impressed by it at all. Really, I feel they lack damage. You know, the Baku we watched, he played it quite nicely. He was able to shield, and he was able to block a lot of the incoming damage. But I believe as well, flying start there. But they just weren't able to put out any damage, and I feel this could be the case here. Maybe he can get some nice deflects off onto Jade, but we'll see what happens. So, first game is going to be getting underway for our NAQ2. The middle orb's about 5 seconds away. This is, I always feel that middle orb is what gets the game going. Being able to pick up that ultimate a little bit quicker is always it's always nice to have. There's 2 traded blows at the moment. Obviously the blue team do actually have the range advantage, but a nice knockback has allowed the red team to pick this up. A bit of split focus at the moment. Jade does unfortunately miss a sniper, Baku leaps up in the air. Using his R ability to avoid the incoming damage, nicely played. They have dropped the enemy Lucy with his over 50% health at the moment. The red team are nice, taking a command and lead as the red side Lucy picks up the orbs, and he's already got his heroic charge landing onto Lucy, making a deadly blow. And well, I have been completely mistaken here at this moment in time. Well played by the red team. They got off to a great start. Picking up that early orb was huge, and even Jade's ultimate is going to be able to help her here. She's picked off easily, taking a round 1. Nicely done. So yeah, really good time. Baku actually played that really well. You know, I think he's such a strong champion, and I guess in this situation with Jade and Lucy being quite squishy, you know, he got onto them. They were clumped up against the walls, which obviously helps him really well with his charge, and made great use of his ultimate, picking up earlier because of the earlier orb, and it was GG. So we're going to see his second ability. I quite like Bravery personally, the fact that you're able to leap in there and you take reduction. You actually take 2.5% reduction for the next like 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, sorry, 33% reduction, which I think is huge. He's decided not actually to take it this time. We'll see if that actually hurts him. And the fact that your allies can get it as well. Generally they're not nearby as you're actually leaping in, kind of aggressive, but I think it's certainly a nice talent to take in my opinion. He does try to leap in onto the blue team, but does actually get nowhere with that. Middle orb's about 3 seconds spawning, so this is what we saw red team able to snowball out of control from picking that up. As Jade really isn't making anything happen. She does actually secure the blue orb, really nice. With her snipe ability, she's pretty much guaranteed to get it after at least 1 auto attack with that snipe going down. That's always going to be falling onto Jade's side. She does land a nice stun onto Baku, but at the moment there's just not enough damage to be following this up. As we see the blue side getting dropped down quite low here. Jade does land a couple of blows with her ultimate, but it's just not going to be enough to pick them off as the red team pick up the middle orb. Baku's heroic charge is up, and a deadly blow. Lucy actually getting knocked into Jade there, and it's going to drop her down easily as Jade's left in a 2v1 situation with only not much chance of turning that around. I will turn. Actually, let's we'll turn Fog of War off as well. I always forget. Unfortunately, at the moment you can't save your settings to remember. There we go. Nicely done. A good result. They feel that the blue team are probably going to struggle to turn this one around now, with it being 2-0 already. Really nice. The Baku's making some big plays, and just reminds me why I love Baku so much. Okay, as the 2 heroes come charging in. Again, the importance of getting the middle orb. Blue team did actually secure it this time, but it was a nice amount of damage coming in from the red side. And even with the Jade there, I felt that, you know, Lucy and Baku weren't going to be able to do enough damage, but Baku's just constantly getting those dashes into the walls, and you can see the damage they've already put down onto Lucy. Jade once again isn't going to be able to pick up the middle orb will this be enough? They do have control of the middle arena now, and they've been able to secure both the greenhouse and the orange orbs, which will allow them to secure their ultimates a little bit quicker in theory. We'll see how this plays with Baku's landing most of his abilities. Even with securing that middle orb, you know, by constantly landing your abilities, will get your ultimate quicker than your opponents. As you can see, Baku uses our ability instead, and a big charge once again. I think every time he's used his dash ability, he's actually knocked them into a wall once again, making good use of this heroic charge, knock Jade down. I think she's really going to struggle to turn this one around. It was pretty stomped as GG. Baku for me was MVP for sure, as he takes MVP of the round here. I think he was certainly MVP of the game. He played it really nicely. His charges were on point. Lucy and Jade did really struggle. Jade could just never get in position to actually put any damage down, and Baku just was constantly catching them in the corners and into the walls, which obviously just allowed him to get more damage. And it was nicely done. It was well played. So that was round one. Here I will show us to the brackets whilst we wait. We're just going to wait for the other games to finish, and then we'll be able to jump into round two. Should just be a couple more minutes, just waiting for the final game to from the previous round to end, and be able to jump into the next round. Okay, all the rounds, all the games of the previous round have now finished, so we're literally about 1-2 minutes tops from the next game, ladies and gentlemen. Just the fact some games go a bit quicker than others, just like my sex life, which is non-existent. But yeah, really nice. It was a nice first game. I think Baku played it really well. It was maybe a bit sloppy by the enemy blue side. They just hugged the walls too much, and Baku just literally annihilated them because of that. At least if I hate on myself, people can't hate on me, bro. Make myself feel bad. It's better than others making me feel bad. So yeah, I still haven't actually seen any Eva in the I don't think we actually saw any Eva in last week's tournament either, so I'm not sure if people are feeding him. I think there are a couple other stronger champions, like for example like Asuka just really does a good job of being a carry with such high mobility and the damage and the ultimate. And the same with Jade, she can bring out so much damage to the table and has high mobility with her leap, being able to get out of situation, and also the mini stun. And then on top of that she has a cloak which can even twin her from mortal for a second with the right talents. It's pretty deadly. I'm not 100% sure. I think you have to wait for the admin to message you. Gotti, he has to message you before you can start. I think we're just waiting. I think we're just waiting on something. I will double check for you right now. Give me a second. Okay. Well, you're all good to go, guys. Good luck in your games. Maybe I'll be cancelling you next round.
Yeah, alright. Okay, yeah.
So we should be underway very shortly, guys. I'm just waiting for the confirmation of the next team we're going to be casting over. Actually, I haven't seen any Freya. I mean, maybe we saw one game of Freya actually. Potentially. I can't remember. I'd like to see some more Freya. I think she's a really strong champion, someone I'm looking to pick up. Currently my mains are really Rook, Baku, Jade and Varus. I really enjoy. I think his counterplay is really strong. But yeah, I'd like to see some more Freya. You don't see her pick too much. I think she's a really strong champion. She has good mobility, she has the jump, she then has a leap, then she has another leap if you count her ultimate. Also the counterplay where she can dodge incoming damage and then also gains a shield and also pulls you in towards her, which can happen on multiple targets as well. It's pretty damn deadly. can't wait till they release a new champion at the end of the month as well. It's gonna be cool. Okay, it looks like we can almost get underway. We're just going to get the invite to come in, and now we can get this quarterfinals under go. Just waiting for the rest to come through. Hopefully the lobby should be created in the next minute or two. Sorry for the long wait than expected, guys. Here we go. So we're actually going to be seeing Finlev and Fernando, who were the champions, or the team that we watched in the last one, the ones who actually were the victors, the Baku and the Lucy, which the Baku was on point. Big love for the Baku, he played it really nice. They're going to be coming up against the this little rabbit at the moment, who's just currently waiting on his buddy. So this is going to be Chode Ape. What a wonderful name. Geek's current favourite champion is Ivor, so we might actually be able to finally see some. And he's also his buddy Razor6, who's not currently here at the moment. favourite champion is Freya, so we potentially maybe actually seeing some Freya as well, which would be really cool, as they were both champions that I was talking about coming into this. So we'll see how it goes. Just waiting on his teammate. Alright, here we go. So it looks like we're going to be seeing Pearl and Croak. Should quite be an interesting combo coming against the Baku and Lucy. Obviously this comp worked very well for them in the last round. We'll see if that be the case coming into our quarterfinals. We may be changing up to Pearl as well, and we have double Pearl. Lovely. We had double Lucy last game, we have double Pearl this game. So difference is going to be Croak and Baku, which are both deadly champions in their own rights. I feel that, again, it depends on the situation, where Baku was able to land some really nice wall stuns in the last round, so we'll see if the enemy team, this sort of arena is a little bit bigger than the previous one, so that might actually play against him, but still, nonetheless, Baku can cause some big damage. Also, I feel that it's pretty situational, you know, depending on how he actually lands his counter abilities, and obviously the mirror matchup versus Pearl is just, mirror matchups, they're always fun. So red team are going to be charging into the arena as the 2-minute timer gets underway. The blue team currently commanding the middle lane for the moment, as Baku does actually charge in, but Pearl gets a nice counter and she's able to avoid the incoming damage. Middle orbit is about to come, so let's see if blue can take this, as they do actually control the arena at the moment. But it is sneaked away. A nice auto attack coming in by Pearl is actually going to secure them the first orb of this game, as Baku starts working on the red side Pearl. And he's getting some nice damage here. He needs his Pearl to actually come and join up with him, and it feels like the well, once again, this Baku really feels on a whole nother level. His ultimate's up, and we'll see what he actually makes a heroic charge, using it straight again on Pearl, using his dash and then comboed with a heroic charge to absolutely annihilate onto the wall. And again, I've been really impressed by in the last round, as Baku's use of the wall has been perfect, making great use of his E and also ultimate to pick up an easy round right there. I don't know where that went out of hand. It was looking pretty even. The red team actually did secure middle orb, and then we looked away for a second and they were dead. GG. So Pearl and Baku working quite nicely here. I mean, this is quite a nice combo. Baku is just absolutely deadly, and again, this one proven why. So he looks like we were talking about this in the previous one. I like his first talent that he takes, but it looks like he's actually going to be going for the increased movement speed. I personally like Bravery because it grants that 33% damage reduction, but he's decided not to take that this one here. So we'll see how this goes. I do really feel that the Croak Pearl is going to struggle. The problem with Croak, he really wants to obviously get on top of his target. You know, Pearl has got good escapes, and Baku can just get on top of him. He can knock him back. He can then leap on top of him. He can also use his shield dash to stop his incoming auto attack this time right. It's going to be an issue here, as you actually see him coming out of camouflage, but Baku timing his shield perfectly down to actually stun him. Once again, red team do secure middle orb. As much as this is nice to actually get your ultimate sooner, but if you're not putting the abilities down, the enemy team will pick up their ultimate, so you have to keep that in mind. As once again, Baku really putting some damage down on Pearl, and the blue side Pearl is living life up at the moment. Croak puts in some nice damage at this moment in time. It isn't going to be enough. We haven't seen any ultimates pop just yet, as the blue side do actually pick up the orbs, as they've drawn one apiece. Both healers trying to keep themselves in it, as we leave our first minute of action. A nice ultimate coming in by Pearl. We'll see how Baku times this. He makes a nice charge, and once again, perfectly timed. The fact that you actually see where they're coming out of when they're in that Jill's ultimate, he makes a nice charge into the wall, again comboed with his heroic charge to easily pick off Pearl once again. Craig really isn't going to have much of a chance here. Red side, blue team do once again pick up middle orb. Craig really had no chance of contesting that. And again, great use of his leap combo and charge to take this to 2-0.
Oh, thanks to me.
GG. Really nice play. I take my hat off to Baku. He is on point. So will they be able to get a clean sweep once again? They did win the last round 3-0. If they do take this, they will be moving on to our NA Q2 semi-finals. Big hype. There we go, red team going to be leading in the charge again. Pearl absolutely popping her counter ability. I don't think the NA team are actually going to notice this at the moment in time, so she probably isn't going to be punished for it, but in situations like that, you have to be careful. I do it many a times where you come charging in and then you press ability, and next thing you know, if a fight breaks out, you've got that counter ability down for 10 seconds, you can really screw yourself over. But once again, we're going to see blue take commanding lead at this middle arena, but Croak leaping in, I think blue team did actually pick that up. Something I'd like to see changed is just to be a bit more wary of who actually gets these orbs, just maybe a brighter colour for a couple more seconds. I'm not sure how they could change it. At the moment, it's not important. As once again we see another big heroic charge coming into the wall. This time Pearl is able to retreat away, but with only 28 health remaining, I think she's going to be able to struggle to heal herself through this, so she just chuck out her ultimate. I'm unsure whose ultimate actually was. I imagine it was our blue side Pearl's ultimate. But great play by Baku again, and the problem here is that Croak just can't defend Pearl. Croak has to go aggressive on the blue side Pearl, but the problem is Croak isn't actually doing enough damage here, and then that's causing a whole world of issues. It looks like the blue side are going to take this in a 3-0 sweep. A lovely lead coming in by Kubiku. That's done him there. Once again, we're going to see his ultimate. This is the second time he has this. And well played. He had actually lined out to go bottom side, but was able to time it just in enough time to turn it around and crush the Croak. Well played. Again, just big use of making the right position. He wasn't just using his charge just in the middle of the arena. He was always waiting when they were overextended next to the walls. They had no escapes and punished them. He got some really nice ultimates off on there. So GG, congrats to them as they move into the semi-finals. I will get the brackets up as we wait for the next game. It'll be a couple of minutes again, guys. Hopefully it'll be a little quicker than the wait we just had, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Well played to Baku and the Pearl, but Baku was really on point there for sure. Alrighty then guys, it looks like we're pretty much ready for our first semi-final game of our NA Q2 tonight. Big hype. We have the request coming in, we're just waiting for the request to be sent. Do it myself, you want something done around here, you gotta do it yourself. So hopefully we'll see some more rook, some more big rook plays. We saw a really nice rook game during the EU tournament, but after that, unfortunately, it was never followed up. The rook and Oldor combo was deadly. And NA pleased me. Just setting up the party now. We are underway very shortly, bosses. There we go. So we're going to be looking over did the math, Diseva, who is currently rank 10, Shifu main, and also Deadly Toad, who is currently rank 12 and enjoys playing older the most at this moment in time. They are going to be facing up against so they are going to be running the Shifu and older, as I predicted. Magical stuff, magical stuff. They're going to be facing up against the Pearl and Ploma, and Shifu. See how this works out for them. And once again, we get to see the deadly Oldor. You don't mess around with Mr. Longneck. They've done a perfect art design on here. So we do have the Goblin throwing mount charging in, and we'll see what we can make happen. As we do have two supports and two ranged champions with Shifu vs Shifu, which is always fun. And it's a complete mess around to who uses their country ability first, and they're all freaking keeping all over the places. Our blue side gets a nice Contacitate. It hasn't allowed them to actually secure middle orbit, but they both switch places with the country. Blue team do pick that up thanks to his Impale. So yeah, enemy Paloma does pick up both health orbs on the bottom side of the map. Get her back into this fight. Nice ultimate coming in by Oldor, but not too much damage at this moment in time. But some big damage coming in from the blue side Shifu, as he once again gets a big incapacitate and is easily able to wreck down the Paloma. One nice thing we want to watch is how he fully stacked his right mouse button, and that was huge, getting a big whirling wind in, and once again using a nice Impale. Well played by the blue side Shifu. GG. It was very nice. Some fancy skins. Just Oldor's just missing his big bowl of sand, that's for sure. Loving that skin though. His little suit he's wearing is looking cool, but man, he needs some sand, that's for sure. Time master. So GG, really well played by the blue side there. Shifu just worked it well. He timed his conjure abilities really well, and it was what was most impressive, I feel, of that then was he made great use of his Incapacitate, landing it, hitting both targets. You know, there's one thing able to actually take out someone for 2 seconds out of the fight, but hitting both of them, it allows for Oldor to get in position, and also allows for Shifu for his cooldowns to come up and, you know, land a deadly Impale, especially if he has some of those auto attacks charged up at this moment in time. As you can see, once again making good use of the difference between a standard impale compared to one which has got 3 stacked up auto attacks is huge. As once again he lands another incapacitate, but this time he does actually lose out on both health orbs as the enemy Shifu counters Kanju. As middle orb has just come up, we'll see how this plans out as the red side taking a command and lead at the moment. Holder has popped his ultimate with Whirlwind coming in, but it isn't going to be enough as the red team look to be taking us to 1 apiece. Nicely played again with the Shifus. It's kind of, well, you know, who lands or makes the most out of their Kanji ability really, and who gets on top of each other. You know, you make in a mirror matchup. I've played many on my days in League when you're in blind picking against a lad. Whoever does that first Q, you know, is generally going to take the lead, and that was the situation here, where the red side Shifu made some nice counter abilities over his foe. GG, very nice. Paloma taking it out on the Stickman then. What did they ever do? So we're going to be coming in currently 1 apiece in our quarterfinals today. Whoever does win this will be moving on to the semis. Big hype. Both teams are trading some big blows in the mid lane now. We're about 3 seconds away from the middle orb coming up. We're going to have to watch who actually does secure this. I think this is going to be pretty big. Blue side do actually pick it up. Nice impale coming out by Shifu to secure that for his teammate. Already Older having his ultimate. He's in reverse time. He isn't actually going to get anything out of this, so he will miss a stun. Blue team taking a bit of a command and lead, but both teams are trading blows onto the support. Once again, we're going to see middle coming up in about 5 seconds time, but a nice route onto Paloma is going to allow the blue side Shifu to once again impale her. GG, well played by the blue side there. I really can't see the enemy Shifu turn this around. He does pick up middle ult for his team, or for himself should I say. There is a little bit of a soul there. He has picked up his ultimate. He's going to get a nice word and wind off here, but I really feel that he isn't going to be able to turn this around. So he is putting some nice damage onto Older, a good counter ability, and he is making the blue side work for this for sure as he gets a nice javelin toss. Unfortunately he does miss out on both green orbs, which is just going to heal up Older a sufficient amount. Or the blue team, if they're really scared of how it's going to go, to save the red team as Older actually picks up the middle orb once again, picking up the green orbs on the top side of the map as we enter sudden death now in the arena, getting pretty small. He does miss out his javelin toss, which is probably a good thing as I would have thrown him out of the arena if he actually connected with anything there. Get a nice contestate onto the blue side Shifu, and Older's able to throw down the pain. GG.
We are a great team.
Nicely done. Let's go take it 2-1 to the blue team. We'll see how this goes. I do feel that the Paloma and Shifu can certainly turn it around and bring it to 2-2, but it's just about the case of making the most out of their counter abilities and also securing that middle orb. We saw the blue side pick up twice. The red side Shifu did eventually pick up the orb, but at that point in a 2v1 it was too late and it wasn't going to be doing him any favours. As we see him aiming for the other Shifu who's already got his impale ability fully stacked up. You can see the damage caused from it as these two trades blow for blow. The enemy Paloma has been able to keep her connection up, healing up Shifu just enough to keep in the battle as we see mid once again spawning here and blue team working on it. I feel the red team actually were able to pick that up. It was nicely done. A nice conjure, but he does throw the blue side Shifu behind the enemy Shifu as he puts some damage down, and it looks like it's actually going to be taking a 2-2 as the red team, thanks to that middle orb. We didn't actually see any ultimates get placed, but some big damage coming down, and Older's accepted his fate. GG. That was nicely done. I think that's the thing. It could look like it's going one way, and then within about 5 seconds, the whole round's completely turned around. So, GG, well played, and this is going to take it down to the wire. A big game, big round. You have to play their all to win this now, and I really do feel this could go either way. Securing that middle orb seemed to be pretty devastating so far, and also again, who's just making the most of their conjure ability by landing that, you know, he gets behind his target and is able to put that additional damage down, and also avoiding the incoming damage. Whilst, for example, with the blue side actually missing his conjure ability is going to cause him to take some initial pain, and that could be the difference, just that slight conjure ability. But as we go into again another missed conjure ability, this time coming out from the red side as middle orb has spawned. Paloma making her way to middle as both teams are more focused on putting some damage down on each other than actually securing that orb this time being. We do have the health orbs up. With only 10 health, it's only one auto attack away. Come on, Older, all you have to do is hit it, bro. As it looks like the blue side Shifu is actually able to pick that up. Nicely done. The team trading big blows here. Paloma entering the stealth realm, and it looks like the blue Shifu is going to get dropped. I feel that once he gets dropped, a nice word and wind coming in. And the red team turning this around here, and they're going to be taking this 3-2. And that's Older can put out something magical. The enemy Paloma does actually end a stealth round once again, picking up both health orbs on the top side of the map. Shifu does miss his javelin toss. Older coming in with his ultimate and getting some nice damage down as the red side Shifu decides to take middle orb instead of helping out his teammate. A nice projectile coming in, and I feel that this will only be a matter of time before it's over. But Older is certainly cutting it close. Again, another block coming in, and somehow I'm not actually sure what happened there, but an auto attack's able to sneak through and actually catch the red side Paloma on the bottom side of the map, leaving Older in a 1v1, which potentially this could even go anyway. Red side do actually pick up the orb this time. Another ultimate coming by Older. Big plays, he's getting a nice stun here. We do have to watch out for the Shifu did actually make a nice fully impaled stack on him then, but these two are trading blows. Country ability down, word and wind coming in. Older getting a really nice petrify as the arena is closing in on these two foes, with them both trading big blows, and this really could go anyway. A nice knockback from Older. It's going to keep Shifu out of the arena with middle orb once up again. I feel that the Shifu is currently taking the lead, but another big petrify. We'll see how Older plays this as Shifu is actually able to secure the middle orb. With the arena so small, he was unable to run away from that word and wind. GG. Nicely played. That was a really fun game to watch. It was nice and close. I thought Older at one point was potentially turning that around, but with the arena being that small, he had another option but to eat those blades from the Whirl of Wind. So, GG. We're just going to wait for the next round to be set up, and then we'll move into lab bosses.
Just to hear a sound, someone still around.
Next game's going to be a couple of minutes, as there seems to be an issue with one of the games at the moment, so probably in the next sort of 2 to 3 minutes we'll be able to get underway with the next round. The next rounds coming up are going to be our semi-finals for our Q2 today. This will be a best of 3, so the way it works, team winning the first 3 rounds will then have to play another game to win, which potentially could have us 3 games stored, depending on how things go. We did actually see all 3 games get used up in the final from the EU tournament earlier today, with Jade and Croak landing the final blow. Very exciting tournament, which I will be uploading to YouTube tomorrow evening for any of you guys that did miss the stream earlier. Yeah, but just a couple minutes, we'll be into the semis.
Laying in your bed, fighting ghosts in my head. Wish that I could let you go. Remember all we had. How could we get this bad? Where did we lose our glow? You live, you learn. When your heart is set to burn, fading away until the light will return. Someone bring me back to the time when our hearts unite. Bring me back to the time when our hearts unite. Bring me back to the time when our hearts unite.
Feels bad, eh, guys? At least you tried. You get an A for effort.
Fighting ghosts in my head. Wish that I could let you go.
I can't confirm who you're actually playing them. I'm waiting just on the admins to know what the next rounds are going to be. I'll be able to let you know shortly. I'm not in charge of all these big stuff. I just have to get to watch you guys play and wreck. And that's about as far as it goes then.
Bring me back to the time when our hearts unite. Bring me back to the time when our hearts unite.
Yeah, I will be uploading this all onto my YouTube. So it'll be youtube.com/mysterygruss666, and you just click on the YouTube button below. We'll be uploading probably about tomorrow evening. I'll do 2 VODs, so there'll be one whole one for EU and also a whole one for NA. Also, I'll make sure to probably come Sunday, as I'm a bit tied up on Saturday, to actually put the timestamps at every game, so you don't have to click through the video. You can just click on the timestamps and it'll take you there. And also some further information about the tournament. So they do have the previous week's ones up there as well in my Battlerite playlist towards the bottom of my channel. I'm not sure what the situation was starting. I'm not in control of that, unfortunately. I'm just waiting for the speak to the admin and see what the situation is. I'm just waiting for the next round to be set up, boss. As soon as that is, we'll get underway with casting the next game.
I've been searching, follow every step, every road, every single trace. Analyzing, try to figure out those lines up on your face. You're still a mystery, those secrets kept away from me. Those doors are closed, closed, closed. How can you make the fire burn so brightly when you're so cold, cold, cold? Never as lonely as together with you, still together with you is where I wanna be. It makes no sense. Never felt happiness together with you, still together with you is where I wanna be. It's making no sense. Never involving me, those dark sides hidden away from me. Those doors are closed, closed, closed. How can you make this fire burn so brightly when you're so cold, cold, cold? As lonely as together with you, still together with you is where I wanna be. And it makes no sense.
Alrighty then, looks like we're about to get underway for our first semi-final tonight of the NA Q2.
Making no sense. Never felt anything but pain. All you ever did was making me darker inside.
Sweet.
Slowly I was starting to change, 'cause I'm this warm and turned
Here we go then.
just like you.
So we may be seeing a little fiery pal, Askar and Lucy are going to be facing up against Shufu and Paloma, or we're going to be switching up a Croak. I'd quite like to see some Askar action, and Askar and Lucy, it looks like it's going to be the case as we get things underway for our first semi-final of the night. Hype, hype, hype. So this is a best of 3, meaning that after the team that wins the first 3 rounds here will have to play at least one more
Well
game
met.
if they are to win, potentially going to 3 games in total. So the red team is going to be Paloma and Shifu, going to be coming up against Askar and the Lucy. It's quite an interesting combo. We haven't seen some real nice Shifu play coming in so far. Obviously they're going to have the burst there, but I feel that Askar and Lucy potentially can burst them down. We'll see how this goes. It's all going to be who makes use of the best counter abilities, as Askar does actually dodge out the incoming Kanji, which is really nice. Lands all 3 of his projectiles onto Shifu, and that's going to be some nice damage there. One thing you really want to be doing when you are against Paloma is making sure that you can actually break that link. At the moment they're linked up quite nicely, as red team do actually secure middle orb, which is a nice start, but thanks to the early damage landing all those projectiles, Askar gets off a nice ult and split in the enemy team as they put a pounding down onto the enemy Paloma, who is already under 20% health. Lucy can actually, she's decided, this is why I find it a little bit weird, and Lucy's actually decided to try and heal up Askar here instead of actually finishing off Paloma. She did actually land a nice Petrify here, and that should be GG, as Shifu's only on 1 health himself here. Another ultimate coming in by Askar. Shifu can spin to win all he wants, but a lovely Petrify will take this to 1-0 at some point, potentially. There we go, nicely done. But turn off the Fog of War as well. Can get that ready for you guys. Really nice, very well played by our blue team. Askar made great use. He avoided out the original Kanju, which is huge. You've been able to dodge that because he avoids that incoming damage, and also he also makes sure that he doesn't actually get flung behind him, which can cause some issues. So also just to note, the teams that are actually playing at the moment are Glory to be God, and they're facing off against Yummy Goes. As we see here, Shifu actually makes nice use of his Conjure ability this time, putting some big damage down, but he is getting pounded south to Paloma. They're just, I don't know where the damage actually is coming from at the moment, as Lucy's just focused on healing up Ascar, and it's working out quite nicely, as once again he already gets his ultimate, splitting the team up. This time he didn't actually do too much of it. Middle orb is up, but both teams seem to be focused on fighting each other, as Ascar makes them top side to actually pick up both the green orbs here. Nicely played, as red team once again secure the middle orb, but I don't know if this is actually going to be any favour for them, but both teams are running reasonably even here, and we'll see how this plans out. Ascar does chuck down his Molten Fire, but unfortunately doesn't actually hit any targets with it this time. Shifu looking, he makes a good use of his Conjure ability, but once again Ascar is so mobile, as he has his 2 dashes and also with his ultimate as another escape, making good use of that result, and this time splitting them up as we see Conjure coming in once again, a nice impale, but landing 2 of his projectiles actually is able to knock Shifu away from him and keep himself out of trouble, as we're left in a 2v1 situation for the enemy Pearl. GG, nicely played. I felt that the red team were actually turning that round for a point then, but Ascar made a nice juke and landed all 3 projectiles out of his Firestorm to keep them back then, so well played by him. And it will take us into our final, potentially our final round, which will still mean that if the blue team pick this up, they will have to take another game. Molten Warhound. No, I think Ascar looks absolutely bad man on the another wall mount. Not necessarily, it's not this. Actually, there's a different skin where he looks even cooler. He still looks pretty badass. As we see, Shifu gets things going, but once again, Ascar just counters, get behind, and starting to focus some nice damage onto the Paloma. She does come out with her panic, but I don't think that's going to be enough here, as Shifu once again misses out as Javelin Toss and is getting dropped to about 60% health. With the link still up, the switch of targets, mid orb is up. We'll see which team do decide to pick this up. Once again, Shifu is able to pick up, thanks to that impales. As long as he can get on top of it, it's generally going to be doing more damage than anyone else can throw out as a projectile. So nicely played right there. Lucy does pop his Conjure ability, but at the moment I just don't feel that the Shifu's putting up enough damage, as once again we see Ascar picking up his ultimate in quick time, and just under about 40 seconds there he's able to get off another big ultimate, which has been the cause of him winning the previous round. As they trade blow for blow, red side did pick up middle orb, but I don't think that's actually going to be enough. Below with Petrified, we see some big projectiles coming out from Ascar, who lands another, who was about to land a stun. I think Lucy actually panicked him out of Shifu out the way there, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop him. We do have the Health Orbs top side, but I don't think Shifu's going to be able to get there. Just as he picks up his ultimate, it's too late. It is going to allow the Paloma to chuck out her Ancestral Spirit, but with nothing really going for herself, she is going to drop this round. GG. So this is a best of 3. We're still going to have potentially 2 more games. If it's anything to go by, the blue team I imagine will be picking up the next round. But we'll see if the red team decide to actually switch up their comp, as it just wasn't really working. Shifu just wasn't able to do enough damage. He kind of went in there. You know, it was well played by Ascar. He well read most of his Conjure abilities, and because of that, Shifu just took an absolute pounding. Paloma just wasn't able to heal him up. It was GG, nicely done. So we're just going to wait for the second round to be set up. Should be about 2 minutes tops when we get underway for our second round of the semi-final. But really nicely played. I think Ascar played it well, landed some nice projectiles, and just the main thing was reading the Shifu really well. Numerous times he just wasted his Conjure ability, which just left him open and took some big damage from him. So we'll see how the teams decide to play it out. We are going to be taking our second game of the semi-final on Skyring. See if this is actually going to be able to favour either of the teams. Alrighty then, so game 2, we're going to be seeing Asuka and Lucy once again against the Shifu and Paloma. So both teams decided not to mix it up. I feel Asuka and Lucy had a good thing going for sure, but the Shifu Paloma comp just wasn't really working. I feel it was more the case of that Shifu was just going in and just wasn't able to make anything happen. He just couldn't get his conjure ability off, and because of that, you know, he was getting poked down by the double range champs here. Asuka throws out so much damage with 12 damage just off a basic auto attack, and then also landing pretty much most of the time all 3 of his fire projectiles. It was GG. So coming in, we have the blue team charging in on their fiery mount. And you can see how this picks off. And once again, Shifu getting straight into the action. I feel he wasted his javelin toss a bit there. And sure, it does some okayish damage, but it means he didn't have escape. But luckily, he does actually have 2 charges there, as we see them trying to focus down Asuka, which I feel is the wrong target here. He's so mobile with the 2 dashes, as Lucy is going to be a nice target here. But at the same time, by attacking Asuka, it means that he's avoided doing damage, and then it could work out. But split focus, another big ultimate coming in from our blue side Asuka. Once again, his ultimates have been on point every round so far, and they take this one in pretty quick succession. GG. Okay. So, do remember, if the blue team do finish this off, they will be going into the final, but potentially there is still hope for our red side for sure. But I feel that he's wasting time going on to the Asuka in some sense. I can feel, you know, I get why they're going for it, but he's just so mobile that he's able to jump out the way. He's reading his kanji perfectly. Lucy's sometimes has actually fallen for it, so I feel if they could actually get on her, potentially they'd be able to blow her up and leave it in the 2v1 where they can take control. But once again, the thing we have to watch as well is when Shifu, with the fact that he is with Paloma, once he is going ham like he is, it does break the link here. So if he's charging in, he's not going to be getting those heals there, which could be devastating. As he is putting some nice damage down onto the Lucy here, but unfortunately for him, his teammates just getting poked out by Asuka, which is just not going too well. Turn off Toggle War off. He does make nice use of country, but he's picking up his ultimate time here. We haven't actually seen Asuka able to pick up his ult, as they're putting some nice damage on Lucy. They really need to follow his sub, but a nice petrify. Looks like the blue team is once again going to turn this around, as Asuka gets a good ultimate onto the bot side of Paloma. Really nice. Shifu does chuck out his javelin toss and miss the target as blue side pick up middle orb once again. And I think Shifu is going to struggle to turn this around as Lucy chucks out her ultimate and gets knocked back. Nicely played by Asuka, given style points for that was GG. So here we go. This will potentially could be our final round of our semi-finals, leaving Asuka and Lucy into the final. We'll see how this pans out. I feel that they had some nice damage. They started off the round pretty strongly, going on to the Lucy. It worked out quite nicely, but after she kind of split off, they just didn't really follow it through. At that point, Asuka was constantly poking down the Paloma, and Lucy's able to heal up, and it causes so many issues. But this is where the issue we have here is, again, Shifu popping his conjure ability too soon. He's now going to cause himself some issues, as Asuka's currently firing out these projectiles. A nice stun coming in to him and keeping him at bay, using his firewall here. Really nice effect here, but the red team do actually still able to pick up middle orb, as Asuka is currently jumping on the Paloma, and Shifu is just really not sure what to do here. He's unsure if he should be sticking with his teammate or going in. And this is causing him just to be poked down, as Paloma is just currently on the backside, absolutely doing nothing at the moment. Shifu is just taking hits for days. He does actually proc his Kanju, but I don't think it's actually going to be enough here, as Asuka gets a nice ultimate off, dropping the Shifu under 20% health, as he does again land a Kanju, but I don't think another nice 3 fireballs coming in. With only 5 health remaining, it should only be a matter of seconds before they actually do drop Shifu here. He has been able to sneak up onto the top side and pick up both health orbs, but with the red team both under 30% health now, and the blue team are looking very healthy themselves. I think it's going to be hard to turn around. And once again, I feel that Paloma is really kind of sitting on the backside a bit too much here, as once again, Asuka actually fixes his ultimate for the second time this round. Within about 1 minute and 50 seconds, he's able to get his ultimate twice, so very nicely done.
And I'm just here for fun.
GG. Our blue team and Asuka, Lucy, who played it really well, are going to be moving into our final today, or tonight. I guess today, depending on what time zone you are in. So we're going to have a quick little break. We're just going to wait for the next lobby to be set up, make sure that the other semi-final is finished, and then we will get everything underway, bosses. Should just be a few more minutes, guys. Sorry for the wait. Just waiting for everything to be tied up, and they're going to create the next game. I'm not. I guess I'm not too sure. The EU tournament ran pretty damn quickly. We didn't really have much breaks in between. We had some really good games. Tonight's one, I'm not sure if it's the Americans. I'm not sure what's going on. They're taking their sweet time about something. But yeah, EU ran really smoothly tonight. The waits have been pretty long tonight, which I apologise. I'm not really sure what the situation with that. I don't know if that's because some games are taking longer, or what it is. But yeah, the waits have been a little bit longer than expected. So apologies. Building up the hype for the final. It'll be over in minutes. They're going to get whitewashed. It'll be 3-0. 20-second victories in each round. GG. Thank you very much. Appreciate your comment, man. It's been a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on the EU one. It's a shame, like you mentioned, some of the games have taken a bit longer today. The NA tournament last week ran really quickly. It was sort of over by now. So I'm not too sure what the issue actually in between games is. It's not my department, but I will be posting the stream for any of you guys that have come late or potentially missed the EU one. You want to catch up on my YouTube tomorrow evening. And also it does have the previous one, and also top 5 plays. I'm doing a top 5 plays my YouTube channel every sort of 2 week, and every about 2 episodes every week, 2 to 3 episodes depending on how many sort of clips I get. It's super fun. So if any of you guys have any Battlerite clips that you want to get featured, then you can message me on YouTube. Just drop me a comment on one of the videos, and I'll potentially feature your clip. Some big plays coming already. Big plays. All nice swarm refrees. Okay, so the reason that it's taken so long to inform, we're still waiting on one of the semi-finals to finish. So taking our sweet time. Sweet time. What's going on there? Just getting down to the wire. These sudden death matches. So yeah, we should be underway. Hopefully in a couple minutes, guys. Final hype there, hey. Hopefully it'll be worth the wait. Okay, yeah, Stan, that's something I look into actually sorting for the next tournament. That's a good point. I'm finding I've got a list of the team names who we're actually going with, but I find it a bit difficult whilst we actually jump in game trying to mix it up. It's still something I'm working on, but yeah, I will actually look into being able to create something, just a slight little bit of artwork, which will put the names and we can actually see who's playing. So yeah, I will work on that for sure for the next tournament. The next one will be the same time again, which will be next Friday, 7 PM UK time for the EU tournament, and then again midnight will be for the NA, and then again on the 28th of October we have the final qualifier 4, again 7 PM on midnight for EU NA, with the final on the big final, which is going to be on November 11th, and that's a $250 prize pool for EU and another $250 for NA. Hype. Yeah, once this semi-final gets finished, it should be soon I imagine, we will jump into our final. Hope to see some big plays. Also, on a quick side note, whilst we wait for the second semi-final to finish, you can now actually sign up for next week's NA tournament. The current one is currently running for EU, so if you go to the Play Tourney website, playtourney.com, which I just posted in chat. If you are an NA team, there's 2 of you. You want to play. You want to get yourself in there, get involved, have some fun. Potentially $250 to be won for yourselves if you can make it to the final. Then you can just go on there, register, and you can put your team in there. The brackets are open for EU and NA now. So good luck if you do decide to enter. If you can't make it, we still have Q4, which will be taking place on the 28th of October. So there's plenty of time for the big final, which will be where the prize pool of $250 is up for grabs for EU, and then again separate prize for NA. Yeah, the semi-final should look to be over soon. By the looks of things, of the grab up there, we're going to be going on to our final now. But it looks like they've come in, so we're just going to wait for the teams to quickly get ready, and we can actually just casting on with. Ready for my next game. It's a bit of a wait. So the teams, glory be to the god. We have EZN, Has Given, and Skywind, and they are going to be facing up against Up in the Arms, who are Fernando and Vinlev. This was the 2 that we were watching earlier. I remember the Baku and the Lucy. So I think we cast 2 of their games already today. They were a lot of fun. His Baku play has been absolutely on point. I take my hat off to him. Yeah, I feel the NLE team didn't necessarily play it as well as they could have done. They certainly were hogging the wall a bit too much, which should favour him. But at the same time, I feel that he did kind of force that issue into the walls, which really allowed Baku to put that damage down. It was huge. I didn't think Baku Lucy could do it, as we saw in the EU tournament. Baku Lucy, I think 3 times, and every time they got absolutely destroyed. But this Baku was on point. Okay, alright, it looks like we have an invite on Battlerite, which is always a good thing. Here we go then, we are going to be getting our final underway, boys and girls. Lovely jubbly. Sweet. They're just deciding what map they want to play on, map tactics and all that big stuff. Should be underway any second now. They're just deciding how they want to play it out. So it looks like we're going to be going. No, change. Still trying to make up the mind. First world problems. Alright then, here we go. Our final of the NA Q2. We're going to be seeing Vinlev and Fernando, who was our previous. I believe we've already cast them twice tonight. They're going to be coming up against Askra and Lucy themselves. So Lucy and Pearl, I don't know if this is the comp they're actually going to be sticking with. I didn't feel they would be. I would have been a bit ballsy to take it to the final. I think we already seen 2 supports earlier in the EU and it didn't really pan out very well. So we'll see how this can go. When they finally make up line, I imagine we're going to see Baku again. So our team names, I feel we were actually wrong in what I said earlier. I think the lobby is a little bit bugged out at the moment. So the teams in the final is going to be Glory B to OG, which is our DZN has given, who is ranked 14, and his buddy Skywind, who's actually ranked 14 as well. And they're going to be facing Up in Arms, who's our Fernando, who's ranked 13, and Finlev, who's ranked 14, the big Baku player, who's been absolutely wrecking it up with Baku during this tournament so far. Okay, maybe we might have some issues. We're just waiting for someone to reconnect. And potentially the final's over already. It's over before we even got started. Okay, here we go then.
Ultimate ready.
I actually saw a video today about the VR streaming, or VR being able to like actually watch replays with VR. Oh, that's pretty cool. That'd be interesting. We have to get a stream on the go at some point like that. That would be pretty damn dope. Not sure if it's actually out yet. If you can actually do it, I haven't actually picked up a VR kit at the moment. It's still a bit early days for them, but it would be really cool. It would certainly make casting a lot more fun. So, Baku, my man, and Pearl, who have actually been wrecking this comp so far today, and they're going to be coming up against the Askar and Lucy. So in the previous match we saw Askar land some real nice ultimates. We'll see the case. The same with Baku. I felt his charges and his ultimate combos were deadly. Really made the most out of the balls, being forcing his enemies into those situations where he could obviously get those big stun durations. So, as the teams charge in, we see Pearl just with her little round. He's missing out compared to the 3 Molten Warhands here. And mid's going to be coming up in 6 seconds. I think this is going to be a big fighting point for both teams. And we'll see how this actually pans out. I'm going to take our Fog of War off quickly. See what's going on around ourselves. As middle orb has spawned, it looks like blue team have position over this at the moment. But I think red team actually put it out. It turned out it was a support war between the Baku, Lucy and Pearl even. As Baku, once again, the damage he is putting out is pretty damn high. He does get petrified here into a nice stun combo by the red side. He was literally seconds away from picking his ult. His ultimate's ready. Let's see how he makes use out of his heroic charge. We do actually see a nice pickup coming from the red team as Alaska pops his ultimate to put a reasonable amount of damage and also secure the middle orb for his team, which was really nice. And nice nice knockback. Does actually fling Baku over the wall here. His ultimate's still up and he's waiting for that right moment. He has to be a bit careful, especially going onto Alaska with those 2 leaps that he potentially could get away. I feel that beforehand he's used his E, then ultimate, which is guaranteed that he wouldn't miss it. But the red team, during this time of him leaving his ultimate for so long, it has actually allowed Askar to once again use his ultimate twice this time, and Lucy has picked her ultimate as well. I feel that again, here we go, he makes nice use out of the wall combo, but I feel he's left it too late as Askar has already used 2 ultimates this game, whilst he's been holding on to that one he's had near almost the beginning of the matchup. The red team pretty strong here as Askar is able to drop Pearl, and I feel Baku really kind of held onto his ultimate a little bit too long then, but he is actually starting to make a turnaround. There is a full ultimate up here, and let's see what he can make happen. He's going to have to be careful. He obviously wants to focus Askar down right now with his escape down. We'll see if he does actually decide to go in. Another great use of the wall, and he does actually make nice use of his ultimate. Again hitting into the wall, but unfortunately just not having enough damage to knock him back here, and it looks like red team are going to be taking our first round of our best of 3 final for NA, as Lucy once again picked up her ultimate. I feel Baku obviously was waiting for the right moment. He didn't want to pop his ultimate out of just pure hesitation and then miss it, but because of it, he held it on so long. During that time, Askar actually got 2 ultimates and finally finishing the round with 3. GG.
Oil? We just don't mix.
So we'll see how the blue team decide to switch it up now. Baku, I feel he had some nice charges, but he just didn't really get the position he wanted this round, and because of that, Askar, who's deadly, if you can't catch him, he really can land some nice poke, and then that was certainly the case in this round, previous round even. The two teams battle now once again. We do see Asgard caught on the bottom side as Baku going on to the enemy Lucy, does get panicked away, middle orb has just spawned, he does have positional advantage here, and I feel with Asgard at the bottom side he should be able to pick this up for himself, and he does quite easily. Nicely done, and which is going to give him only about 10% away from his ultimate. He just needs to pick up that big combo, which he has got. Let's see how he actually makes this happen. Lucy is pinned on the wall, but a nice petrify is actually going to cause him to allowing her to retreat, which could have been quite dangerous. He had a position there, ready for his ultimate. They're drawing this now because he didn't actually get his combo off, which he wished. He's able to actually heal back up to full health, and this is causing a bit of issue for the blue team once again. Does get a nice ultimate onto Asgard here, but again there's no follow-up unfortunately, and with the range he has it split him away from his teammate, but I'm not sure where Pearl's at this moment in time, as Asgard's just not able to put enough damage down on his own, which we saw in the previous round. Pearl does whiff her ultimate, draws eating nothing this time around, as Asgard putting some nice damage down, but it's getting poked out. This pretty close. A really nice ultimate coming in by Asgard. I feel the situation really what was the problem there was Baku was just stuck on the bottom side. Pearl, I'm not really sure where she was, because Lucy, potentially maybe Lucy actually panicked away, and that was the reason why she wasn't there in time, because I feel that she could easily have walked past her and put some damage down, but there we go.
I'm just so amazingly awesome at this.
Yeah, it's pretty tense. I tell you, the amount of dry mouth I have, it's still pretty new to me, but I hope you guys are happy with how things are going. I know some of my pronunciations for names of champions isn't perfect. I do apologise. I do kind of suck with pronunciations. Generally, I kind of sounds right in my head, even though I know it's not kind of right, but it's something I'm working on. Anyway, jumping in, we do. So the red team are currently. Blow for blow, we're going to see middle orb coming up in about 5 seconds. Again, I really think this is important to secure it, even though we have actually seen blue team secure it both times. I just don't feel that Baku's been able to do this. Is the issue what I was kind of talking about earlier with the Baku and the support, especially with the Lucy. I just don't think it really worked too well, and in the earlier games I was proven wrong, it worked nicely, but with the comp Asgard and Lucy playing it really well, Asgard's just putting so much more damage than what Baku is. Pearl's constantly being cut out of the fights, so Baku's just on his own, and it's just not really working for them here very well. He once again has got his ultimate up, and a nice silence for the second here, and he's actually going to delay his ultimate as a heroic charge into the wall. He still gets it off, does secure his team up middle orb, which does also give the bonus health and energy, which is beautiful. Trading blow for blow, we do see Baku does actually miss his leap there and taking a bit of incoming damage, but it isn't going to cause him too much issues at this moment in time. He's getting deadly infected, using his R ability to try and block some of that incoming damage. We see Asgard on the backside lining up. He doesn't actually have his ultimate at the moment. He's probably about 40% away from getting it, as Baku actually does secure middle orb, but he's split from Pearl, and I think he could be in trouble here as he's petrified, but Asgard is actually working on the bot side trying to take out the enemy Pearl. I feel if he actually had focused onto Baku, then he would have for sure have taken him down, but he's decided to try and take out the support. It looks like it's not going to cause an issue as Baku got dropped too low there. Nicely done. The red team do actually take our first game here, 3-0. Yeah, Baku I just don't think there was the damage coming out, unfortunately. So he couldn't. I was really impressed with his previous games. I thought he was spot on. He got some real nice charges, but he just couldn't get those combos working there. So GG, red team do take this 3-0. We're still going to have at least one more game, potentially two, depending on how things go. We're just going to wait for the lobbies to be set up and we'll get back into it, guys. So yeah, this is the best of 3, so we still at least got one more game to go, bosses. It's not over just yet. Yeah, it's a best of three, same how EU worked. It's exactly the same rules. EU and NA had the exact same rules. So basically, our red team picked up the first round there. If they win this, they will take it. Potentially, we could see another game after this one, depending on the results. So just to clarify things once again, up in arms is Fernando and Kinlev, who actually lost the previous round. Glory to be OG, taking the first game. Both players, they're all 13, bar Fernando, who is actually 13. So we'll see if they decide to run the same comps. I really don't feel that Baku actually worked too well with Pearl. Will it make much difference for Lucy? I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens. Askar played it really well. Was able to constantly. The big difference was he was constantly landing his abilities, which obviously breaks up his ultimate so much quicker. And we saw him get his ultimate a few more times than Baku did, and Baku just didn't get those wall charges that we saw in the previous matches with him. Alrighty then. So, getting things underway. We're gonna see the blue team, Baku. My man. This time he's gonna be going. They're gonna be back. They're bringing back Lucy into the fray, and we're actually gonna see Lucy and Askar once again as she ults those minions. Look at that. Look at the poison. That's beautiful. That's glorious. Look at that all day. Alrighty then. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's fight. Will we be going into a game 3, or will we have our victors of our final right now? You see the two trade blow for blow. I'm liking the skin on Blue Lucy. That's beautiful. Showing us some little love hearts. The middle orb is spawning. Baku getting a nice block onto Lucy. And the red team once again do actually secure this here, and you can see Askar building up his ultimate already. Baku does actually have a bit of a lead here, as Askar was kind of sat on the backside, but he's soon building up, trading blow for blow on the blue side Lucy, whilst Baku is currently working on the red side Lucy. But you can see the damage difference where the Askar has already done so much more damage to the blue side than the red side has taken, and this is just the issue why I'm quite surprised they still ran this comp. I feel it has worked nice in the earlier rounds, but it's just not working here, as Askar is really putting some damage down. With 12 damage and auto attack and being able to build up his ultimate so quickly, Lucy can't escape from it. He does actually miss out on his molten fire there, and we'll see how this pans out. He's lining up for his ultimate. Baku's escapes down, this would be a great time to use it. He is actually going to get panicked away, which is probably going to be good for him. Baku is coming with a heroic charge, but again, with too far away. The problem is here, one, he's used it too far away, so he's not actually getting a knock into a wall, and also Lucy's just not able to follow him up. Askar does actually, I'm not sure where his ultimate was going. He secured middle orb with it, so I guess that's GG, but completely whiffed that one really, and maybe that might be able to cost it. But with Baku wasting his ultimate as well, I think this is going to be another victory for the red team as the way things are going. They'll quickly turn up our Fog of War as well. Fog of War. So it looks like Baku's going to be dropping down. Once again, I just feel this is the issue. You can see the difference in health, so Lucy's just able to easily heal up her ally, whilst the blue side Lucy just isn't able to contest with the damage that's coming out at the moment, as Askar and Baku trade blow for blow in the top lane. Duel's going on for a bit longer than I expected, as we now actually enter sudden death here, and potentially we could be having a turnaround. He's making nice use of his shield. Lucy on the bottom side, split from a target, is taking some big pounding, and I feel that we're going to be seeing another victory for the red side in this round. GG. I feel that there's just no damage coming out of Baku. I was impressed with it earlier, but I guess it was the difference in players. Now that we're sort of got the same level skill, it's just not really working. I think he's a strong champion, but he really needs someone like a Askar or a Jade, Taya or something to follow that up. You know, even for example, the game we played in earlier, me and my buddy, where we saw him Baku against, he was with Freya. You know, it worked really well. They had big damage, they had high mobility, but it's just not working here. Lucy's unable to follow him when he does go in, and that's just causing them all world's problems. Asuka's just so mobile, and it's just doing enough damage, and Lucy's just able to heal him up when he gets into trouble. As he is caught on the bot side of the map here, he is actually able to leap over. Middle orbs about to spawn, and we'll see which team this focus up as Baku jumps in to try and get some dominance over this middle orb. I believe red side did actually pick this up here, as Baku's veered away on the top side of the map. Another nice free projectiles coming through onto the bottom side of Lucy. This is looking a little bit better for the blue side, but I just don't feel it's enough, as again you can still see the red side on pretty much full health here. Okay, I think my headset cut out for some reason. I apologize about that, guys. Baku nicely timed ultimate to actually turn his attention to Asuka on the bottom side. That was quite interestingly done then. And this actually might be our first round coming for the blue team now. It was really nicely played. I felt that he was actually going to be going for the Lucy then to actually catch Asuka on the bottom side. I didn't even notice in there. That was really well played, and that was a big ultimate. And that's actually going to be taking the blue team's first round of this final, and potentially a comeback on the go.
Oh, they'll speak of this for some time.
GG. Loving the weapon. That's some beastly shield. So one apiece. Still have to remember that the red team are one game up. If they win the next 2 rounds, they will be taking this. Will be crowned the champions of our Q2 and moving into the final on the November 11th, which does actually have a prize pool of $250 for NA and a separate $250 for EU as well. Lovely jubbly. The 2 battling out Baku, again a nice leap in this time, but a nice bounce back. Asuka is just such a high mobile champion. The fact that he has the 2 escapes, also with his ultimate, you can count that as a 3rd escape, and on top of that he can throw down his little firewall, which gives attacks. 2 teams trade blow for blow. He is going to be able to pick his ultimate, a nice time vault, able to dodge the incoming leap. It looks like the blue team is actually going to be able to secure middle, or both teams have their ultimates up here, so this really could go either way right now. I think the blue team actually are favouring this. Let's see how he pans this out with Asuka's ultimate up. Baku does whiff his ultimate on the top side, deciding, I'm not actually sure what happened when I couldn't get the right camera angle, as I think he whiffs it onto Lucy instead of, I think would have been the much better target of Asuka there, and I think that could be what decides this round. But Asuka still taking some big damage. A nice shield coming in by Baku as he throws in his pickaxe, making that damage coming down. He does miss time his leap here, as blow for blow, we're 30 seconds away from sudden death. Everyone's trying to regroup themselves, taking up the orbs. Middle orbs just about to spawn again, and this could be pretty big, whichever team secures this here, as Baku starts putting some damage down. And I feel that the red team are nicely done. He does actually able to use his pickaxe to secure that. GG, his ultimate is up, and with Asuka separated, this could be the time to actually turn this around, but with Lucy already jumping, this is going to be a tight 2v1 coming out here, and we'll see how this pans out. With his shield wasted, I think the red team are actually going to be picking this up right now. Unfortunately, I think if Lucy maybe had a few more health points, it could have went completely different now. GG though. I thought that Baku was about to turn that around then, but unfortunately he was just a second short. He had Asuka caught in the corner then, but Lucy just dropped so quickly. He was kind of left on his own and just was missing that slight amount of damage, which had she not dropped, I think could have definitely gone either way then. Also, for any of you guys that are joining now and you want to be involved in the tournament and you missed out on this week, you can actually sign up right now on Play Tourney. The EU and NA tournaments for next week, which is going to be next Friday at 7 PM and midnight for NA, are open for registration right now. It's playtourney.com. So, coming in then, so red team do take this, they will be our winners of tonight's final, taking Q2 and again moving on to the finals, the big finals on November the 11th. once again, Ascar, he kind of likes it in this corner. I don't know if this actually does him any favours or not, but he's putting the damage down. A nice panic away on the red side. Lucy is leaving him on the zone here, and this could be going to 2-2 at the moment with some nice blows going on to him. And a big lead coming in by... Okay, this is what we're talking about here. Middle orb is still up as each team are looking more interested in trading blow for blow at the moment than securing that. A nice firestorm coming in is actually going to secure it for the red side, as Ascar is about 30% away from getting his ultimate. Baku does have his heroic charge ready, and we'll see how he's going to make use out of this now. He's going to have to wait for his... really, I feel that he wants to be going on, and he's decided to actually use it on Lucy. I think that was a poor choice there. Again, he does some okay-ish damage, but without his Lucy able to follow that, it's just not enough. But the enemy Lucy is able to shield herself. I think he would be much better waiting for Ascar to use his escape and then go from there. This time he also does use his ultimate. He held on for it a bit too long, but I think he popped it on the wrong target then and just didn't have his teammate to finish it up, which was probably a bigger waste than actually just holding on to it like last time. You see the red team starting to heal up, but this still could really go anyway as Ascar is running under 30% health at the moment. The two teams are crawling in the corners. 30 seconds to go until we start entering sudden death. Things start getting a bit more tired. As the blue team, Ascar getting a nice ult off here, but with only about 30% health remaining, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Lucy needs to start chucking and heating up her bro here, but nice blows coming in. They are trading blow for blow. But still, Baku's ultimate's about 50% away, so we're not going to see anything big coming in just yet, as we're literally about to enter sudden death. They're not going to be able to hog that bottom side of the arena for much longer now. Middle orb's about 6 seconds away, and this could be quite devastating as we see blow for blow. Ascar and Lucy trading a nice petrify onto the red side of Lucy. A good juke again. This is what I'm talking about. A nice heroic charge. He does actually get the dash into the top side and lovely petrify. It's still, oh, beautiful projectiles. There's actually nice Baku outside of the arena right here as Lucy's still full health, but Ascar's dropped down to just under 10% as things are getting pretty tight right now. Man, the red team, if they do win this, they will be champions. We have to watch out for the ultimate coming in. And also Ascar, with his free projectiles, could knock one of them out of the arena as he's just about to get panicked. He's luckily just able to get himself out of trouble as he's taken a beating and does get dropped here, so we're going to be leaving ourselves in a 2v1. We do have to remember that. Nice knockback coming from Baku, and a lovely panic, and he is going to get deadly affected. He's still able just surviving as the arena is getting pretty small. A bit of a whipped ultimate by the red side Lucy then. I feel she actually held that on and chucked it into the arena right now. This could be a lot different, but nice knockbacks coming in from the blue side, and they're going to be able to pick that one off. Are we going to hit a draw? No, we're not. Well, close. That was almost a draw.
Like water and oil, we just don't mix.
I believe already players are allowed to actually participate, but if you to get to the final, then I believe something, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe you won't move on to the other team that don't make it will move on to the tournament instead. Yeah, really close. I was just unfortunate that Ascar, I feel he decided to use his firewall instead of his ultimate, which may be a little bit different, but again, if he used his ultimate, that could have threw him out the arena and then obviously put him close to the arena and get knocked out. So this is going to take us to 2-2 with either team, or if the red team win this, this will be our winners, and the blue team potentially taking this to another game. Let's see how this goes. Little orb has spawned. Looks like our blue team is going to be secure. No, potentially somehow Baku is still able to slide that in. I felt with the two range champions they were going to lose this out here. As a bit of split focus in the blue side, looking pretty good here. Baku getting his ultimate for the first time in this round and making some nice damage on Lucy. Following up with a leap. Ascar on the top side isn't putting the damage down as our friendly Baku is getting a nice timed shield, but Lucy is healing herself up. And we'll see how this starts to pan out as Ascar is about to get his ultimate, make that nice ultimate happen, to be honest, it wasn't as great as it could have been really. It gets them out of danger and also does secure the red team middle orb, but I feel that he maybe could have made something a bit more with Baku's escapes down. But the blue side Lucy dropping under 20% health now, 3 projectiles all here. She does actually dodge out the last one right there. A nice stun coming onto Baku. They feel like the red team are in favour here. Middle orb is up, but they're going to look to try and end this as Asuka again kind of making whiffing his ultimate here. I think he panicked a little bit too much, and even though they are looking commanding, wasting your ultimate like that could be an issue as Baku starts putting some damage onto the red side Lucy. Blue side Lucy does actually whiff her ultimate here again, a couple of ultimate mistakes, and that could be the difference. As Asuka chucks out a stun, she has no other option but to run towards him, but he is currently missing all his skill shots as Baku's trying to battle the red side Lucy on the bottom side of the map, getting a nice projectile, but with only 10 health remaining, he's really going to be in big pains here, and it looks like our red team are going to be crowned our champions today. GG to Skywind, and DZN has given our team glory to be OG, are our Q2 NA tournament winners of tonight. They're going to be moving on to the finals, which take place on the 11th of November from 7 PM for EU and midnight for NA, with a $250 prize pool up for grabs for both regions. So GG, nice tournament. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. We had some good games, some real close games. There was some real close games. I felt the blue team almost were about to turn that around, but they just couldn't pull it off in the end. Baku, I didn't know what to feel. Like, Baku was doing some okay damage, but just, you know, didn't have Lucy there to follow it up as Asuka pushes him out, and Asuka's doing more damage than what Lucy is. So there we go. So again, if you guys want to register for the next tournament, you want to be involved, you missed out on this one, or you've just heard about the stream or Play Tourney in itself, you can go to playtourney.com. It's free to register. You can register now for EU and NA, which allow you to enter for the Q3, which is next week or this coming Friday. And that'd be 7 PM and 12 PM, and also potentially you can wait for the following week, which is going to be the 28th, which is going to be the final qualifier for the big final.
Alright, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's been super fun casting tonight. We've had some great games. I will be editing the videos down, cutting the streams in half, so I will upload a separate EU one, and then I will upload a separate NA one onto my YouTube channel probably sometime later tomorrow. Also, any of you guys that have any top 5 plays, don't forget that you can submit them to me on my YouTube. Just click on one of my top 5 plays videos and we can take it from there. Hopefully I can feature some of your clips, which should be super cool. But yeah, I'm sadly I would play some Battlerite right now as we did last stream, but I have to catch a train in 5 hours time as I'm going to see my parents, so which kind of really sucks. Absolutely shattered. So yeah, been great. We had the EU tournament was super fun. Sorry about the wait in between some of the games. It was just how some of the games fall that we had to wait for the rounds to finish before we could start the next round, and obviously the semi-finals took a little bit longer than we expected, but a great final. It was going down to the wire. I thought we were going to see another round there. But yeah, we have the next tournament is going to be next Friday, 7 PM for EU and midnight for NA. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and have a wonderful evening or day, whatever you're doing. Yeah, take it easy. Peace.